Morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Lewis Basketball Network. It is your boy Lewis, man, and I'm back with another one, man, with another banger with yet another video. Let's get right to it, man. I just want to start by talking about the Golden State Warriors against the Houston Rockets. The Warriors win 115-109. Now, you look at the score and you say to yourself, well, the Warriors only won by 6, but it's like the score is very telltale and it doesn't tell the whole story because if you look at the Rockets, ladies and gentlemen, well, when we look at the game, they had 6 guys in double figures. Austin Rivers didn't play in game 1. He had 14 points in 24 minutes. James Harden in 34 minutes, he got poked in the eye, so he had an eye injury. But, and it was giving him headaches and it was giving him some blurry vision, so he had problems. But he was still able to give you 29, 7, and 4. Chris Paul played 40 minutes and had 18 points. But what was so telltale about Chris Paul, unlike James Harden, who I thought did a much better job not trying to play for the whistle, Chris Paul was trying to play for the whistle and was a no-show once again in the fourth quarter. And his buckets came in kind of little garbage time when the game was kind of over. And it's like once again he failed to show up. Capella got you a double-double, 14 and 10. Eric Gordon gave you 15 points. It wasn't the 27, so his scoring actually dropped in game 1. They had a little bit of more balanced attack. PJ Tucker gave you 13 points, hit 3 threes. And then if we go to the Warriors side, Kevin Durant scores 29. He had an off night. He was only 9 of 22 from the field. But Draymond Green, 15 points, 7 assists, 12 rebounds, a damn near triple-double in 39 minutes of action. KD played 44 minutes, more than anybody on the floor. Iguodala, man, turning the hands of time, the fountain of youth, man, with his play. And he scored the first 3 baskets of the game for the Warriors. He had 8 points in the first quarter, so Iguodala played very well in the beginning. And his defense, Draymond's defense, and KD's defense on Harden when they were able to switch, and KD's defense on Capella, man, they really neutralized Capella in the first half. And I feel like the fact that Capella is limited offensively makes it that much easier to guard the Warriors. The Rockets are going to have to figure out a way on how to use him properly so that he's not really like a matchup liability when they put Kevin Durant on him. So they're going to have to figure that out. Steph Curry, it's funny how Nick Wright and First Things First, they were like, oh, James Harden had a gouge in his left eye, like that like they made it seem like if his eyelid just popped out of his socket. Yeah, he had an eyelid injury and it was affecting him, of course, but they were just like overblowing it like crazy. And I thought James Harden did a much better job of not playing for the whistle. And I thought when he got the mismatches, if you notice, he took less dribbles. I mean, there were still moments in the game where he did his, typical 10 to 15 dribbles and then his little, try to do a step back. But when he got the mismatches with Looney and Curry, he took 5-6 dribbles and just drove right to the basket. And I'm like, yo, Harden needs to do more of that. And I said, it's going to improve his efficiency for the 3-ball. I think it'll set him up for that, for those step back threes. I mean, and Harden hit some tough, and he hit a couple of tough ones in the game. But Steph Curry had 20 points, despite dislocating his middle finger. With his injury in 33 minutes, Curry did get into foul trouble. He's got to figure out how to stay on the floor and not get in foul trouble. Look for that to be a component in Game 3. And Klay Thompson, his defense doesn't get talked about, but it's like, I hope he makes an all-defensive team this year. Good morning. So I definitely hope this time, Klay Thompson makes an all-defensive team for sure because, he hasn't. And, he had 21 points in 41 minutes. When we look at the stats, so both teams shot 46%. But look at that. The Warriors got 14 more shots up. And you're asking yourself, how did they do that? It's because of the offensive rebounds. The Rockets won the three-point battle. They were plus 18 from the three-point line. They were 17 of 40, while the Warriors were 11 of 36, so they missed 25 more threes. Look at that. Once again, it's not drastic, but the Rockets got to the line once again. One more free throw attempt than the Warriors. That's not a lot. So you could tell that this was a more even officiated game by the referee. So great job, even though they didn't have Scott Foster. And watch Rocket fans. Oh, look, the Rockets are 0-7 when Scott Foster is refereeing a game. I thought the referees did a much better job, a veteran crew, and I think they need that for the rest of this series. The rebounds didn't look. Golden State was plus 4 in the rebounding, 45-41, but they had 18 offensive rebounds. 18 offensive rebounds to the Houston Rockets 10. Once again, they out-assisted them 24-17. 5 blocks for the Warriors, 2 for the Rockets. They had 10 steals to the Rockets 5. And the turnovers, the Rockets had 9 turnovers in the first quarter, They did a better job of taking care of the ball the last 3 quarters, but they finished with 17. The Warriors only had 12 all game. In the first quarter, for the first half, the Warriors only had 4 turnovers. They coughed the ball up a little bit more in the third quarter and the fourth. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, what have I talked about? Points in the paint. The Warriors win again in the points in the paint battle with 42 points in the paint to the Rockets 36. And once again, for the second straight game, the Warriors committed a couple of more fouls than the Houston Rockets. We're not even talking about fast break points, because when the Rockets would score, the Warriors would already pass the ball up, 1 pass, 2 quick pass, and then they would score really quick in less than 5 seconds. So the Rockets' transition defense was not great neither. So that's why I said that the score doesn't really indicate how not great the Rockets played, even though they lost by 6. Because there was a stretch in the game where the Warriors, they went scoreless for like about 4 to 5 minutes, and they missed shots that they normally would hit. And so that kind of kept the Rockets in the game. But it just tells you, once again, the Warriors played as a team. And the Rockets, with their trapping defense, it's a mistake, and they're going to have to do light traps. Because when they did strong traps, the ball would be a 1 quick pass to Draymond Green. It gives him the middle of the floor to run, which gives you space, which means that Draymond could either get a lob or a pass for an easy score. Especially he was doing it with Iguodala. And so, you know, and the Rockets and CP3, like I said, I have an immense amount of respect for CP3, and, you know, he's definitely an all-time great. But the fact that he's still trying to play for whistles is pathetic. It's pathetic for a superstar. On top of the fact that Chris Paul was trying to be dirty in the game. I remember when Draymond Green posted him up in the second half, Chris Paul went for a steal and Draymond dunked and then was hanging on the rim for a little bit. Chris Paul tried to swipe and he tried to hit him while he was in the air. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And that's why I keep telling you, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Paul is a dirty player. He's a dirty player. And then even with KD at the end of the game, when he had the rebound and the Rockets had pretty much lost the game, CP3 trying to just like punch the ball in KD's hands, and KD's looking at him like, come on, man. And and I told you, this is the president of the Players Association, and look how childish he's acting, bro. And this is what the Rockets are doing. And this is despite the fact that the Rockets bench outscored the Warriors bench. The difference, the Warriors played like a basketball team. They played as a team, and this is why they beat the Houston Rockets. And I'm telling you again, the series is not over, and Houston still has a chance to win. If the Rockets don't win Game 3, ladies and gentlemen, this series is over. It's over. And I'm telling you again, if you think that the Rockets are going to beat the Warriors with this style of play, you're delusional. Even if this is their style of play, you're delusional. I'm telling you. If the Rockets don't win Game 3, this series is over. And even with winning Game 3, who says that the Warriors can get punched in the mouth and it's like they could come back in Game 4 and be strong? And let's not even fail to mention, how about the play of Alonzo McKinney and Jonas Jerebko? Those guys came in and gave great energy. And Alonzo McKinney had 3 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. The Rockets have to do a better job of rebounding the basketball. They need to finish their defensive possessions and not allow second shots. The Warriors had 14 more shot attempts. The Rockets shot a better percentage, 46.8. They shot 0.6% better than the Warriors, but the Warriors got 14 more shot attempts. That's because the Rockets did not do a good job with the defensive glass. Their defensive rebounding was terrible. Even if they narrowed the gap in the rebounding, only losing it by -4. But they're getting, and once again, the turnovers are killing the Rockets, points in the paint, fast break points, offensive rebounding. They need to clean these things up if they're going to get back in this series. If they don't do these things, they have no chance of beating the Warriors. And again, the defense of Iguodala, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant was sensational tonight. And I thought Curry played well despite the injury. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lewis back with another one. Let me know what your thoughts are on last night's game, man. As always, man, bless up. One love. Peace. Thanks for watching.